Tonight we have the special privilege of hearing from a very special, talented poet and performer from right here at home. Jazzy Miller is a native Memphian and studied theater and Spanish at Rhodes College. And she then went on to obtain a master's in fine arts just down the road here at the University of Memphis, and is now the director of theater at the Crosstown Concourse. Jazzy has traveled the world doing mission work and performing her original one-woman plays. She enjoys discipling others and exploring the intersections of humanity, service, and art. Jazzy has composed an original piece of spoken word poetry for us tonight, a very special poetry on disability, and we are in for a very delightful experience. Please, would you settle your hearts and your minds and allow yourself and to have the Holy Spirit speak to you through the words that He has given Jazzy as she's going to come and speak with tonight. Please, Jazzy, come. Let us enjoy your time tonight. Thank you.
When I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned like a child, and treasured all the pleasures of my ignorance the most. But when I became a Christian, now a soldier in this mission made impossible without the one in whom we make our boast, my admission, I was feeling so secure in my position. "It is finished," said the captain, so I figured I can coast. I can learn about the Great Commission, memorize and say it. I can learn the Greek, Latin, Hebrew, and rattle Aramaic. I can hang with my church buddies, meet the gang at Bible studies, go to Muddy's with a Bible and a journal when it's done because of coffee and a cupcake. And another cupcake never hurt anyone. But no pedal to the metal of the mission nonetheless. Sleeping giants still at rest, comfort zoning in the West. I rejoice in what I know, yet know nothing of the mess that lies beyond my bubbled life and beyond familiar lines till He removes the blinders off and sparks renewal of my mind. When I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned like a child. But when I'd begun to see the 99 of us surrounding me, all basking in the dusk beneath an ever-setting sun, I saw the shepherd turning east to worlds away. When he is missing one, he'll leave the 99. He turns, he walks, he runs. I heard a gust of wind say follow, and I knew I must. And though my steps be hollow, I am right up on the cusp of combining what I know to making smallest steps of trust that become a leap of faith when walking in the rabbi's dust. He takes me to a place afar, the earth a golden rust. In kneeling in the dust, He makes a balm for those of us who nurse a pain within our souls, the sick, the lame, the blind, the poor, the sheep in isolation. He's made this journey for. He makes it to a threshold. It's clear the gate is locked. He hesitates and meditates and lifts His hand, then stops. Inside, I know the one is there who's missing from the flock. I'm unaware of why He points, so I just stand in shock, awaiting His next move, feet tethered to the floor, awaiting for Him to make clear what we're both waiting for. Still pointing then, He turns and smiles. He says sweetly and mild, "It's time to do what I've taught you. Now, child, open the door." You've read about the Great Commission. Memorize and say it. You've learned the Latin, Greek, Hebrew, and know the Aramaic. What should the heavenly kingdom be compared or likened to? To trees, to yeast, to seeds, and what they are and what they do. When placed in flower soil, they find themselves spreading and sprouted. It's not just what you know, but what you're going to do about it. 15% of all God's ethnic groups beyond the door. Complexities in how one sees approaching disabilities with blinders on when we should meet the need when others won't. For we've been tasked to sow the seed. God help us if we don't. It's Jesus on the water taking steps, he stays afloat. Then he calls us, follow me, but we all stay inside the boat, telling others that it's cold outside, but I won't wear my coat. Argue politics and candidates and won't go out and vote. Want the channel changed, but hope that someone else grabs the remote. The harvest will ensue when we should labor 2 by 2. She unlike him, he unlike her, and she, her unlike you, all sowing into others what is pure and what is true, and knowing that it's not just what you know, but what you do. When I was a child, I listened to what my father said, but when I became a woman, I did something about it. Thank you.